Exportly, like many other Chrome extensions, can do all the basic things that you'd expect a sales Chrome extension to do, like find phones and emails, like send my contact into my CRM, send my contact into my sales engagement platform. It can do all these things. They're very simple to do, and with the integration with Clay that we've got, it's very easy to do things like sending my contact to my CRM and deduping the contact, matching it to accounts, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, with Clay's waterfalls, we can get the deepest bench of emails and phone numbers there ever was with a Chrome extension. But the superpower of Exportly is really that it can do a whole lot more than that. And so in this video, I'm going to show you a sneak peek behind some of the customizable workflows that you can enable with Exportly. But really, what I'm going to show you in this video is just the tip of the iceberg, because with Exportly, what you're able to do, unlike any other Chrome extension, is build your own custom workflows from the ground up. So the only limitation is your creativity. So without further ado, I'm going to show you. So here we have a contact, phone, email, their link to Salesforce, which, here they are in Salesforce. So that's kind of the basic things you'd expect a Chrome extension to be able to do, is to send Philip into the CRM. Now, another interesting workflow is, hey, I'm in the CRM and I've got a lot of contacts that are kind of stale. Maybe the contact data is missing. And so for this contact here, Barbara, their email is missing. And I'm a rep. I want to actually work this contact. They're in a good account. I want to get fresh contact data. Now, there's a workflow that I can just use to refresh contact data. It's called Salesforce Contact Refresh. All I have to do is select it, run it, and it's basically going to go take this contact, go to Clay, check if the contact data has been updated, if it's missing, etc. If it's got new contact data, it'll then automatically update it in Salesforce for the rep. And when that's complete, the Chrome extension here will display a message to the rep, and the rep can just refresh the page in Salesforce, and they'll get the result. Now, they can go off and do other things in the meantime, so this process might take 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, 1 minute sometimes. They can go to a different page here and do a different thing, which in fact we'll do right now. If I'm on an account and I want to automatically prospect more contacts for that account based on an ICP that I've programmed for my team, I can do the same thing. I can just select the Salesforce buying committee. It will automatically prospect a set number of contacts. You can set a limit, boom, click it again, and it'll take another 10, 15, 20, 30, 60 seconds to go and fresh search for people. And it's going to go and basically fill up this bench of contacts for you. And again, you'll just have to refresh once this is complete. So if I switch over to her, updated contact in CRM, check, great. So the email is missing. So I'd expect when I hit refresh here for the email to be filled in, and aha, it is, great. So as a rep now, I've got my email, great. And I'm unblocked. I can go off and do my job. And of course, that email has been validated by the validation in the Clay waterfall. You can do the same thing actually in LinkedIn. So you can find buyer committees or buyer groups anywhere else on the web, not just in Salesforce. So if you're on LinkedIn and you're on a company like McKinsey, and you want to say, hey, give me the list of people I should sell to, it can generate a list such as this. This is a very long list because we've kept it quite broad, but the criteria you can narrow down, and you can say, look, we are just trying to reach IT buyers with this kind of title, and so it would just spit out a very narrow list of IT buyers if that's your wish, or just a narrow list of HR, etc. Again, this is going to save time. Your reps would otherwise use searching and compiling searches, but also it's really enforcing best practice so that your reps are going to just look at and kind of prospect the best titles that you and your team know your company wants to go after. Another cool one that I really love is the company lookalike workflow. So if you just closed an account, say you just closed Gong is now your customer, your rep might say, hey, I want to sell to companies that are like Gong. So you can also use the lookalike workflow. Again, it's the same process. If you're on a company website, you just go open up Exportly, select any workflow. It could be company lookalike, and you run it, and it'll spit out a list of companies that are similar. And it's incredibly accurate. And many of you watching this video will be aware of Gong. So obviously they're competing right now with Outreach and Clary for a long time before that with their product. And obviously Zoom, they have the Zoom Chorus. So yeah, spot on. And you can rerun this workflow if you just want another fresh list of companies. So I'll let that rerun. So if I just go back here, great. So this is the buyer committee for Salesforce. It's found 6 ICP matching contacts. Here we are. We are selling, as Exportly, we are selling to go-to-market contacts. So this is kind of programmed to our ICP, and it says to refresh. So if I refresh Salesforce here we go. They're all here. They're all added to Salesforce with their contact data fully enriched, their phone, etc., which is fantastic. All ready for my rep to work or subsequently add to a sequencer. And they're also here in the extension, so the rep could go and take into LinkedIn, so they can open that up and check that out. Another interesting one is you can just run lots of interesting workflows, like tell me the list of investors and how much they've invested in a company. So like Anthropic has a very deep bench of investors, as you can see, a really long list. So that's actually a really great place to run an investor list on them. And you obviously can also do basic firmographic information. You can also look at how many active job offers they've got, many other workflows like that. And then last but not least, this is one of my personal favorites. So if you're on the website of, say, an event, and it has a list of speakers or just a list of people on the website, usually you want to kind of get that list into a spreadsheet. You want those people, their company website, you want their LinkedIn URL, you want their phone, you want their email, you want all those things in a spreadsheet, etc. And then you also want it in your CRM. But it takes a lot of manual effort to write their names down, find all that data. But with the extension Exportly, you can actually in one fell swoop, in one click, do the lead scrape workflow, which will basically take all these people, scrape them, and then using AI, it'll actually go and Google search each one of these people to find their LinkedIn, because their LinkedIn URL is not on this page. You can use that information to find their phone and email if you'd wish. And so the output of that is here. You get the full list of people. So Varun here, Varun Anand, here he is. Raz, or Rory O'Driscoll, he's right there. So you get a full list of everybody who's here, and you can click on anybody, and again, it'll just boom, open their LinkedIn up. And of course, if you want to take further action from LinkedIn, you are very welcome to open up Exportly and carry on from there, and do any of the things that the other Chrome extensions out there do, which are the basics, like, hey, I want their phone and email, hey, I want to send them to my CRM, and hey, I want to send them to Outreach or my sales engagement platform of choice. So I hope that was a kind of an interesting overview for those of you who are still watching, and you know where to find us. Thank you.